morning, folks. Welcome back to the Red Acre. Now that the garden's pretty much done for the year, we're kind of letting the chickens do whatever they want to do, and they're loving it. They're producing more eggs too. Like we were getting about between 8 and 12 eggs a day, and now all of a sudden we're guaranteed 12, possibly more. So clearly they're really loving this free-range life. It's getting kind of chilly out. Fall has officially arrived. It was crazy because it's like the minute it became fall, it went from, so the day before was hot, and then as soon as fall hit, it was cold. I love the fall, but man, that was, I think, the fastest transition that ever happened. Anyway, I'm gonna take you guys along for chores. Yes, Polly. Go ahead, put your head in there. So the lighting in here is awful. You done your green now, Polly? Come on. Piper. So apparently it takes me 2 minutes to milk that goat. We also have another dilemma. It's still a baby goat. It's so frustrating. So our goat Honey had a baby in May. She actually had two. We sold one and kept one. And the one that we kept is still nursing, like constantly. So she's constantly being separated from the herd. It's really frustrating because we have to lock her up in a stall at night so she's not nursing all day, and it's really annoying. But my husband and I have kind of come to an agreement that we're never retaining another doeling again. We will instead find others who have the same breed that we want, and we'll trade. We'll swap maybe, if possible, or just sell and buy it somewhere else, just so that we don't have to deal with that constant nursing when we're trying to get that milk. Okay, Piper, come on. Come on. You're done. Honey, come on. Honey. Hello? Honey is like genetically the best dwarf that we have. She has nice long teats. She has nice capacity in her udder. She has a nice wide rump. yeah, she's probably the best built. So that's why I wanted to retain a doeling from her this year. And now, I don't know, it's kind of frustrating because I don't like keeping them separated so long, but I guess I gotta do it. Okay, come on, honey. Come on. Go ahead. So I'm gonna bring the milk in before I put the babies in the other pen. Hold on. Now that the milk's in, I'm gonna lock up babies in the other pen, and I'll probably leave the chicken gate open. Once my husband has a minute later, hopefully I'll be able to show you guys how to trim hooves. The goats are due for a trimming. They, some are a little bit overdue. A few of them, they're grow a lot longer and quicker than the others. So those ones, they're a little bit, they need a little bit of extra trimming. So yeah, once this is all done, I'm gonna go in and have myself a coffee and some breakfast, and then I'm gonna hopefully take you guys back out and do some hoof trimming. Actually, I forgot, the bucks also need some hay. There's a lot of nasty things about bucks. Like, if you have a buck, you'll know. They're really gross. But one thing I like about bucks better than I like about the females is they're not picky at all. They will eat whatever is placed before them. Whereas the females, they're like, I don't know, they're super snobby. You having a quick snack there, Wendy? Yeah? I'll leave you for a second. Okay, Wendy, come on. Yeah, go ahead, take a leaf to go. Nope, you stay in. You stay in. Now, I guess I'll unlock the chicken coop or the chicken gate. Yeah, there's still some tomatoes growing, so I'm kind of leaving that for a bit, give them a last ditch effort, I guess, or let them have their last ditch effort. Oh look, there's an onion, and then there's some peppers yet. So it doesn't really look like there's much in here. Some of these peppers, like this plant, has some still on there, and this one has some. If they all of a sudden get a nice sunny day, they'll probably, oh, there's a couple of jalapenos in there. And then there's a few little watermelons. I don't think they're gonna be good. We'll see this one. This is the biggest one. So I always go by this little curl. If this little curl is dried and brown, like the curl that's attached to the stem of the watermelon, that usually means the watermelon's good and like nice and sweet. You find a puddle of water, buddy? You girls want some weeds? It is a really cold morning. I shouldn't say cold, it's gonna get colder, but it's chilly. I don't mind. I don't mind the fall weather. I actually prefer fall weather. If I could garden in the fall, I would. Well, you can, but like, I mean, to the amount that we do in the summer. I'd much rather be outside in the fall than in the summer. Hey ladies, want some hay? There you go. Now it's officially time to go in and have myself a nice hot cup of coffee and my breakfast. Maybe I'll get the kids to do their schoolwork and then I'll come out and do the hoof trimming. So, her hooves are not that bad. I'll try to show you guys. So you can see there's a lot of poop and gunk on there. See, their hooves are not that bad because I do this monthly, but you can see it's kind of like a raindrop or teardrop shape. So you want to cut that bottom part off and then the sides like this. And then on the inside as well. And then you want to just clip the tip so it's nice and straight. Now I'm going to do that to every hoof. Yeah, the idea is you want to make sure this whole pad is flat and even with the nails or hooves, whatever the proper term is. Okay, now this hoof, this is her front hoof, and she always gives me attitude when I want to do this one. So this one is a little bit more overgrown, but the idea is the same. You just want to make sure you get all that overgrowth out. It helps if you scrape the poop out of there first. You can kind of see this one's folded over, but I've seen much worse.
Like a half scoops.
Daisy! Daisy!
Just get spoiled today.
Yep, they get spoiled today.
Wow.
See, and again, you just want to make sure that it's nice and straight. There you can kind of see the end of the toe. You don't want to go too far. Like, I have accidentally gone too far before, and then it's kind of like when we go too far with clipping our own nails, it doesn't feel very good. It obviously will bleed. So you want to try to make sure you don't go too far. And if you do, just kind of clean it. Try to make sure you don't leave that, because they could get an infection, whatever. I usually just put some like Genesian violet on it or some wound care. You can use, I just use like these regular pruning shears, although they are getting really dull and a lot harder to snip with. I do want to invest in a new pair that is meant for hoof trimming. You can get those on Amazon or probably at like a local feed store, PV Mart, TSC, whatever you have. But yeah, so that's it for hoof trimming. It's really simple, really straightforward, but it is definitely a necessity if you're going to keep goats, just because if you don't do proper care of their hooves, they can get like hoof rot and other illnesses, and It can cause issues in their feet and the way they walk. If they live in the wild, they have mountains and rocks and all these different surfaces that they scrape their hooves on that kind of files it down. But on a farm, they don't have that luxury. Most of the time, they just have nice green lush grass to eat, and they don't have mountains to climb. So yeah, anyway, that is it for hoof trimming. I'm going to get to milking and then quickly get back inside to my dinner.